One of my goals is to help people learn how to control blood sugar, how to use food as a tool to optimize our metabolism. Metabolism is how we power our body and our mind and our lives. This is about understanding the principles. The name of the game with micronutrients and antioxidants is get color. I let the food inspire me. The touch, the smell, the color, everything about it is beautiful. I'm just looking for that first thing that's gonna catch my eye. Oh my gosh. I can't describe to you how good these tomatoes are. It's so fun to take comfort foods that you love, my mouth is watering, and transform them into low glucose spiking alternatives that taste amazing. This is my old neighborhood. I lived in Portland for 7 years. During surgical residency, I did my residency in that hospital on the top of that hill, OHSU, which looks over the whole city. Feels like a lifetime ago. I have very much changed the way I am being a physician. I've gone from being a surgeon, which is largely, in my mind, a very reactive art. It's something that you do to people generally after they've gotten sick. And now I am all about what can we do in the beginning before people get sick to help them optimize their health and ideally stay out of the operating room. And in my paradigm, the best way you can do that is by dialing in your food so that you build a healthy body that has optimal cellular physiology and is resilient to illness. Cooking food, plating food, it really has become one of my favorite creative outlets in life. It's really an artistic endeavor. Often thinking about what colors can I get that I know will look so beautiful on the plate. For me, creativity means swaps and alternatives. This actually liquefies so fast. And over the course of 5 to 10 minutes, it'll thicken up until it's a delicious berry basil seed compote, which is the alternative to syrup, and give it so much flavor to our pancakes. If I wanted to have rice, I'll try cauliflower or broccoli rice. 10 seconds, we have this entire bowl of fresh, organic cauliflower rice. It is the base of so many easy dinners, stir fries, power bowls, that's immediately going to shave a bunch of the glucose spike off this meal. If it's cake or bread or pastries or a donut, try it with almond flour or coconut flour. Tortillas, try jicama wraps or almond flour tortillas or butter lettuce shells. You're looking for a head of lettuce that has really pretty large leaves. This would be a great small taco shell. And if you like candy, try some 88% dark chocolate. This is not a precise art when it comes to chocolate chips, and these do not affect my blood sugar. There are so many options for eating metabolic powerhouse meals. It becomes such a joy when you can bring a little bit of spontaneity and inventiveness in the kitchen and figure out new, interesting combinations of flavors and textures in foods that I may have never cooked before. Because I love fermented foods and I'm trying to get 6 servings per day, I'm just gonna add a little bit of this lovely sort of lime green sauerkraut. It is so gorgeous. When we're thinking about optimizing micronutrients in our bodies, we wanna get more vitamins, more minerals, more antioxidants. And when you're at the farmer's market, you get food that's been grown with good, organic, regenerative soil. We know we're getting more micronutrients that are key to our metabolic processes. It's such a multi-sensory experience. I'm there to wander, I'm there to explore. This is the type of thing that I love about the farmer's market. A fruit that you normally can't find at the grocery store. What I love about these currants is that they are bright red. You want to get the most diversity of color possible in your diet because that means more micronutrients, more antioxidants. So currants are a must. We're getting these. I am such a sucker for heirloom tomatoes. A really cool thing about tomatoes is they contain a compound called lycopene, and lycopene is mega anti-inflammatory. So you actually absorb more of the lycopene if you eat it with olive oil. And this is one of those cool synergistic things about foods where if you actually pair certain foods together, you absorb them differently. So drizzle with a little bit of olive oil and some flake salt. It's like one of the most delicious snacks in the middle of the day, right? I know. Can we get it? Yeah. Let's get it. I'm often learning about new types of foods that I've never tried before. What are these?
They're tropia onions.
Tropia.
Yeah, it's an Italian spring onion. Super sweet, super juicy.
Super sweet. Okay, how would you cook them?
I just saute the bulk part. The whole green part is edible too, similar to like a scallion or a green onion.
Incredible. I don't think most people realize that every zucchini or squash they're eating started like this. Something really fun to do is to put some goat cheese inside the flour, fold it up, bread it with some gluten-free flour, like a rice flour or like a flaxseed, and then just saute it, and you get this grilled, gorgeous squash blossom, cheesy appetizer that guests will freak out about. So we're buying this. One of the best parts about the farmer's market is talking to people. I love asking the farmers questions about what foods they're loving right now. The owner of this incredible regenerative farm told me exactly what to buy. He said the little orange cherry tomatoes he'd picked yesterday and they're his favorite thing at the entire stand. Did you pick these yourself? Oh my gosh, I want to like hug you. This is incredible. Okay. These are so good.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're so sweet. They're so flavorful. Something about going to the farmer's market just really makes you feel like you're living this beautiful community-based life. Bye. It's not something you can have at the grocery store. There are a lot of reasons why I get this excited about food. The really healthful benefits of garlic, like their anti-inflammatory and even antimicrobial properties, they actually are activated by chopping. So if you can chop early and then just set it aside for 30 minutes, you're gonna get way more of the health promoting properties of garlic. I'm just astounded by the molecular biochemistry of how food works. I'm gonna add turmeric. Turmeric is one of the most metabolically healthy, nutritional superhouse spices out there. It is filled with antioxidants that give it that bright orange, gorgeous look. When I look at a bowl like this, I'm literally feeling, honestly, ecstatic joy. I know that this is gonna build my future self. This is going to turn into my cells. It's gonna feed my microbiome. It's gonna change my gene expression. It's gonna help my mitochondria thrive. And it's gonna help me be metabolically optimized. And metabolically optimized means that I can produce energy effectively in my body. And energy, it's the spark of life. It's what lets us get up and go and do what we wanna do in this world. And so when I'm looking at a plate like this, that's what I'm thinking about. And that's why I love food so much. This is so much more than eating low carb or being keto. This is about thinking through how to use food as a tool to optimize our physiology so that we can live our happiest and healthiest lives, both now and in the future.